Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our audience with Ali Mackenzie. Ali Mackenzie, I first came across on stage, I think at Millie's event in February this year.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And since then, your name has been cropping up left, right, and centre. And when we spoke last, you explained that you were doing, you've now got social media for businesses and social media for local businesses. Good. And so today I'd like you to explain to us what it is that this involves and what it is that you're doing and why you found that this is a particularly good business to go into.
Excellent, yes, certainly. Well, really, I've been working with all sorts of aspects of internet marketing for about 4 or 5 years now. And when I decided really that I wanted to put this into the actual doing it for local businesses, this was actually at an event earlier on in the year, and one of the speakers was saying about this new actual the new way of doing things was to do it for local businesses, and I thought, well, hang on, I've been doing this for over a year now, using video for local businesses. And so it kind of actually made me then look at my business model in a different way to be able to incorporate the video and also social media. So, and really over the last year and a half, it's kind of really blossomed.
So, okay, I mean, that's how you got started with it, because you made the connection between what you were already doing and a specific business model that was pointed out to you by somebody on the stage.
Absolutely.
And then you started applying it specifically to that model.
Exactly, yes, because I had been doing it, doing the videos for local businesses without actually really realising that it was a complete service. It was just almost like as a one-off thing that I was doing for them. And obviously to start with, I was looking to build my confidence that I could actually achieve this. So I was starting off doing a lot of this for free, just for friends that had businesses.
Sorry, did you say for free?
I did, yeah. I did
Go
it
on.
for free. Yeah, I did it for free because to start with, to be able to prove that I could do it.
Yeah.
For my own self, really, I think that was the biggest thing, to be able to have that confidence that to be able to charge for it.
But this was for friends and family?
For friends and family, people that had, my son-in-law actually does golf, so we were doing some different things for him on golf, and we just had some different kind of businesses, that I was just trying it out on, really.
Okay. And when did you decide that it was actually the main focus, what you were going to develop as your business?
Well, really, because once I started actually doing this, there was a lot of businesses then coming up to me and saying, well, actually, can you do it for me?
Yes.
And so instead of me having to go out and sell these services, people were actually coming to me to be able to do it. And so I thought, well, this is obviously a good business model to start. Nobody else was doing it.
Yes.
And that was where I thought, well, that I could see that niche to be able to get into.
Okay, so we're now at September. When did you actually begin to focus on this as a business model?
I would say last September. So it's been
12 months?
Yeah, just 12 months now, yeah. And really that was because I had incorporated the social media side of it. I was actually doing the videos already, and that was great for the businesses, but to be able to add in the social media, because that was the hot topic that everybody wanted to talk about.
Well, this is one of the things which I want to get at, that social media marketing is bandied around as a phrase, and actually pinning down exactly what is involved in that, because we've got video, we've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, we've got all of the social bookmarking, all of these things, and it can end up being very confusing for people trying to develop a business. So to find somebody who's focused on a specific strategy and has been successful with it is is very interesting to our audience. So how do you think, from your background and from the background of our audience, many of them with varying degrees of internet marketing expertise and knowledge, how could they judge whether this is something that they could get into?
Well, I think it's something that everybody can get into, and I think it's something that we're all going to have to actually get into to some degree, because that's the way that the communication is. People want to communicate and they want to communicate openly online. And it's not like having a private email or the messaging. People are communicating openly, and so we're all going to be able. We're going to need to have to do this, whether it's in a business sense or whether it's just for your own particular business that you're doing it for. I think really the first thing it's so overwhelming because there's so many different aspects of it, is to just pick one strategy, one thing to start with, implement that, and kind of get your head around that, and then think, okay, I'm going to add another thing into it, rather than thinking you've got to do all of it and you don't know where to start, because they all link in, and it's great to have them all linking in. But if you don't know, you know a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, it's too overwhelming. So really picking one thing to start with that you feel comfortable with, understanding a little bit about that, and actually doing it, using it, and then adding the next thing into it.
Okay. So what is the one, the most important part of your business strategy that you're going to talk to our audience today? Can I explain to them how to do this?
Well, there's lots of different strategies that we actually implement in our business, but one strategy that really everybody anybody really wants is, how do I get onto Google's first page? Now there are some strategies that we actually use that I'm going to actually share with you today to be able to do this using video. And I've had some very, very successful results with it. And this is what I'm going to do, give you the step-by-step, exactly how we go about doing it, so that you can implement this yourselves for either your own businesses, or this is a service that you could offer to local businesses yourself. So I hope that's going to be good and useful for you.
Yes, good stuff. Okay, so shall we get into the first part of your
Let's
presentation?
get started, absolutely. Yes,
Good.
look forward to it.
Thank you.